So last time we kind of got cut off short because we have a 5-minute time limit on saving the location of the new grid that you created. So the last thing in our previous screencast of working with the boilerplate grid system theme was generating it and saving it. So just a quick look here. It's saved in our downloads file, or downloads directory. We just pop it open, expand the directory, find the compressed version right here, and it's going to be called, in the CSS directory, it's going to be called the designers are going to be interested in the other aspect of this folder to create their overlay for creating their design, especially this ping file right here. But the developers are going to want to take this file .css and copy it into the project that they're working on. So this project is Cody A. Swan, public, WP content, themes, HTML5 boilerplate grid system, CSS, and you can see here's our other themes that are in here right now. So they're just going to save it right there, and it's going to, right here in grids, and it's going to take care of adding all that other stuff right there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get rid of these old grids to avoid confusion here. I'm just going to delete these. And it would go right in this grids directory, just exactly as it's named. So while we're at it, I don't want to cover anything specific in this screencast other than just getting familiar with the layout and interface of HTML5 boilerplate grid system. As you see, we're in the process of upgrading this UI. It's terrible, but there's a lot of options here, and so we're going to cover them in this 5-minute screencast. So basically, right here are the options that you have, and we're going to actually get rid of some of these options right now. See, these were misnamed. I put these in as part of the preview, and so we're going to get rid of these. And to get rid of an option, you just click delete option. That's really as simple as that. So basically, what these are right here is CSS selectors, and the convention for naming these things is just what the selector would be minus any special characters replaced with spaces. So this is saying a button background image, and then you can just click this and upload an image and stick it in there. So we can say select file, find an image, it's going to upload it, and it's going to automatically stick it in there. There you go. It's in there. And now all you would have to do is go down to the bottom and click Save Changes. Another thing on the next one you're going to see is a color, and you can see it's a drop down of colors. This comes from your color palette, and we'll take a look at another screencast on changing your color palette. So you can see you can change the display for a lot of elements from inline block to block, height for a lot of elements, text decoration. All of these things line up right here, so you can change these. These are global elements. We'll cover later in other screencasts how to change the CSS for elements within a sidebar or a widget. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay, because we'll get to this in another screencast. But these are for manipulating elements on a global level. You can see default page header position. You can change the position. Pretty much everything. And like I said, it's a poor UI right now. We're working on cleaning up, and there's a lot of different options in here. So what does this look like actually in code? So we're going to open a file called style options, and I'm going to look for that one right now that somehow ended up in there. It looks like, oh, see, here it is. The next previous we misnamed it. We put the period in front. We don't want the period there. So you can see this is the CSS selector. So the naming convention is to put the CSS selector minus the period or the hash sign for a ID tag, and replace it with underscores. So this selector becomes next underscore previous underscore padding underscore top. So the selector followed by the element you want to make, the property that you want to make editable, and then finally the default value. Now be careful, because when you add one of these, you are adding them potentially to every single site that we manage with this theme. So the best practice is if you add a new option here, is to make default whatever it was previously in the main style sheet. So for example, the main style sheet, which never gets edited, is this style.css. And so if this has something here, you can override it in style options, but make sure you include the default that is right there. And so that's a quick overview of how you manipulate styles and add new properties to the theme.